talking about energy medicine stuff before was as simple as saying, Galvani's experiments with frogs and showing a static spark gap affecting the dead frog's leg across the room has expanded into Rife's work in the 30s, which is little understood by a lot of people. And then there's been a lot of devices that claim to be Rife because he claimed to do what he did. As far as the destroying viruses responsible for what he thought were cancer-causing in Petri dishes, then injecting a rat with the same virus, growing the tumor, and destroying the virus in the rat, and later having the tumor being removed. Celebrated in the 30s. It's available pictures in Rife for Rife machines and Lyme disease. But getting back into pulse technologies, and they separated themselves from the Rife community somewhat by calling themselves first beyond Rife pulse technologies, because their plasma units they're simply beyond what Rife had. They're pressurized. They do a lot more frequencies, up to 150,000 hertz now. Some people are claiming modulation up to 100,000. They're up to 150,000 now. Just going through some of these private libraries. Of course, you'll get the CAFL list. You'll get the higher converted, high frequency CAFL list, and they have a higher frequency converting calculator, which may or may not work with your device. I've heard with some devices the body filters them out because they lose amplitude as you go on in your treatment. You'll start out targeting the organism at the proper power, and that power will drop off, and then you just have an energized microorganism running around, which explains some of these Herxheimer reactions that are really the virus or bacterium getting stronger and getting stimulated by these frequencies, not being destroyed. What you think if you killed something, it wouldn't, give more reactions. So this whole Herxheimer thing should be a thing of the past with new technology emerging. And why not? Why shouldn't technology go forward? Why shouldn't these devices get better? Why should we look towards completely towards the past and completely not realizing the new things that they've come out with? Anyways, I want to talk about brain healing because I've wanted to work with autistic kids for a long time. It's a big problem, and it's a problem when I have to strap something around the neck here and focus on their brain with a hand applicator aimed at their head. With many of them, in the past I've had parents bringing their kids, and they're holding the kids in their laps, and the kid is struggling because he doesn't know what's going on. Signals and stimuli to them they're obviously not received the same as you or I. And with this whole 50-foot radius thing, I could be in another room. I could be quite a distance from the kid. The kid could run around the room if he's in the same room and still get the healing, the brain healing. Then there's another brain formula. There's allergies. There's sometimes I've been told. I'm not saying one cause. I'm not saying that Candida causes it or Lyme disease causes it or the vaccinations cause it. It might be all three. It might be more things than that. But obviously I have a modality now that will be able to treat them without the problems I encountered in the past with my on-demand device. So anyways, beyond that, beyond the brain healing, I have a brilliant chronic fatigue and energy programs. Also 65, as far as I counted, new Lyme disease treatment protocols, Lyme A, B, and C, and of course I have those stored with a PP-LED into the LSA Pro, and soon I'll have those libraries also stored with a P3pro plasma. Some people like electromagnetism and direct stimulation, and some people like the lighter homeopathic, not homeopathic, but less energy of the PP-LED, which of course goes to 200,000 hertz, 1/8 hertz graduation. We have muscle relaxing programs, we have sleep programs, and the organ support. But basically, this machine, to those people that are lucky enough to sign up, will have that 60 treatments for $1,000, $17 breakdown, that I'll be a slave to for a whole year. We'll get always organ support, brain healing, and then a few targeted microorganism frequencies in there, depending on what they test for that day, or any known pathogens. I'm sure like every year there's going to be a flu season that comes about, and I'll have to address that in the own way, with the private library frequencies for that are calculated. They're doctor only frequencies. Don't being a jerk or anything. Sometimes the CAFL frequencies do not work. I've had that experience time and time again. The pain frequencies don't work, or the sleep programs, they don't work. The Lyme frequencies and the Candida frequencies. There's like 100 Candida frequencies. Just go to pulsedetect.ro and see how many are effective. Two of the total 100 are effective. And if you take the listing of 100 and you don't have biofeedback, and you're saying, I'm just going to run these for 30 seconds because that's all I have time for, boom, you've just made it stronger. Instead of doing what you're trying to do, best mind thinking that you're destroying it by running the most frequencies, when really you're causing a stimulation. And then you get the Herxheimer effect that I talked about in the last video. So come join with me as I learn this new device, and I'll be projecting these 60,000 watt frequencies through pulsed frequencies, by the way. No RF modulation. People say, what is RF? RF radio frequency is what heats the body's tissue. In my opinion, will disturb the body's own ability to heal. It will disturb the tissues. The carrier wave is not needed, as far as I'm concerned, in my own not so humble opinion, because the wattage isn't there. When you see the things on Google videos of other devices, they have a plasma surrounding a little petri dish here, and the plasma surrounding the outside of it. That's what you need. When you have 100 watts, you need, it right around it, or basically it's saying inside the body. But when you have human beings, it's not going to work. Their device, you'd have to put it inside you. If that's 100 watts, the 60,000 watts is effective. Taking 100, you'd have to put the device inside you and surround those cultures which you want to destroy. And I hate to be invasive. That's why I love doing pulsed electromagnetic fields. That's why I love the OnDemand. Does great work with pain, certified for pain. Thomas Jefferson University studies. I was involved with a pain study through the American Acupuncture Society when I worked for my dad. So the OnDemand's proven for that. I think it also has a lot of other applications, but microorganism destruction, I don't think it's been proven. I don't think it's been proven, and so I don't want to say or even treat people for microorganisms when it's not proven whatsoever. And that's why the higher frequencies, the bacteria, of course, responding to 400,000 hertz, the Houghton-Clark frequencies, 382,000 hertz, 387,500, etc. The lists are out there, electroherbalism.com, and then NCAFL, the CAFL lists, both being separate. Look those up, and if you have an idea, it'll give you a great idea of what the Rife machine has touched in the past, and different people's attempts at the Rife machine. Of course, his research was burned. Whoever has the stuff is not talking, and it's in a safe somewhere. The real stuff. Subscribe. I'm gonna have a lot of P3 plasma videos out there, because it's going to be like a pulsing lightsaber. It's going to be the coolest thing to show. Even talking about for entertainment purposes, people love a plasma ball, and this is going to be thousands and thousands times cooler than that, because it affects your health in a positive way, and who doesn't want that? To quote someone, getting you healthier in another dimension. I think I've gotten as healthy as I can get with on-demand treatments, and I can't wait to see where this takes me. I already love the brain healing stuff, the brain stimulation stuff. I think it's done wonders for me already, as well as other people. Thanks, subscribe. As always, I'm begging for subscribers. My Twitter is Rife for Lyme. Follow me on there. Try to get on there. I don't know, I've got 100 plus followers or so far. Mostly nice people, because I'm following them. They in turn follow me, and I'd like to know who all's out there, and who all has a like mind like me, is searching for the truth. Energy being the truth behind everything. There's always an energy, and there's always a vibration. Oh, it's getting late.